This brand won the world's toughest rally a record 12 times, built a cult sedan that embarrassed supercars and then nearly imploded twice. Here's how Mitsubishi Motors rose, crashed, and quietly rebooted. It doesn't start in a design studio, it starts in a shipyard. In 1917, a hand-built sedan called the Model A rolls out of a workshop better known for ships and heavy machines. Only a few dozen were made, but the idea takes root. Japan can build cars, and this company, this set of three diamonds, wants in. Jump to 1970, Mitsubishi Heavy Industries spins off its car business, and Mitsubishi Motors Corporation is born. The plan is simple: go global fast. A tie-up with Chrysler opens export doors. Lancer, Gallant, a rugged SUV idea simmering in the background. The world is getting bigger, and the brand is hungry. Across the Pacific, an ambitious move, a joint factory in Normal, Illinois. Diamond Star Motors. If you remember the Eclipse, the Eagle Talon, the Plymouth Laser, that was their house. Assembly lines clacking, coupes shipped to kids who read car magazines at the dinner table. The badge starts to mean something. A little rebellious, a little turbo, a lot of fun. But Mitsubishi's legend isn't written in showrooms first. It's written on stages and dunes. Snow, gravel, dust, heat, places where a car is either right or it isn't. Enter the Lancer Evolution and a Finnish driver with ice in his veins. From 1996 through 1999, Tommi Mäkinen stacks 4 straight World Rally Championship drivers' titles. In 1998, Mitsubishi takes the manufacturer's crown. The recipe feels unfair. Lightweight body, all-wheel drive claws, a turbo that spools like a coiled spring. The Evo stops being just a car and becomes a shortcut to speed, a poster, a dream your neighbor's kid won't shut up about. Meanwhile, in the desert, another dynasty is underway. The Pajero, Montero in some markets, turns the Dakar rally into a habit. 12 wins, including 7 in a row. Endless dunes, unforgiving routes, names etched into silverware and into memory. For a time, Mitsubishi is the brand you don't bet against when the map looks like a sandstorm. The halo from racing spills onto streets. The Eclipse cruises Friday nights. The Lancer Evolution, eventually sold in the US, becomes a folk hero. Tuners trade stories about turbo lag and launch control. Forums come alive. A generation learns what SAWC is and why it matters. And then the bottom falls out. In 2000, police raid headquarters in Japan. Hidden documents surface. A decades-long defect cover-up erupts into public view. Recalls, resignations, trust, hard to earn, easy to lose, evaporates. The headlines sting because the racing trophies are still warm. Across the ocean, a different problem. The early 2000s bring an irresistible pitch. 0 down, 0 interest, 0 payments for a year. Sales spike, but when the bills come due, many can't pay. Profits don't bend, they break. It's a hangover with numbers attached. Around the same time, the big alliance that was supposed to steady the ship, Daimler Chrysler's stake, unwinds. Write-downs, strategy changes. The partner walks away. The 3 diamonds look dimmer than anyone expected. Here's where most brands fade. Mitsubishi pivots. Instead of chasing a dozen segments, they pick one lane, electrified SUVs. In 2013, the Outlander plug-in hybrid arrives. It's not glamorous, it's not a drift poster, but families like it, city drivers like it. The sales charts in Europe start whispering a different story. The Outlander PHEV becomes a quiet hit, a dependable flagship when the brand needs one most. It's the kind of success you measure in school runs, not stage times. That shift toward practical tech reshapes the lineup. The badge that once meant rally now means we can go farther on less. You still get all-wheel control and that sure-footed feel in bad weather, but the headline is efficiency. The brand starts rebuilding not with fireworks, but with a plug. Then there's the rescue. In 2016, Nissan steps in and takes a major stake. It's more than money, it's access to platforms, to supply chains, to the kind of scale that can keep a lean automaker in the game. The Renault-Nissan Mitsubishi Alliance becomes a lifeline and a strategy at once. Share the costly parts, focus on strengths, stop trying to be everything to everyone. Meanwhile, a beloved chapter ends. The Pajero, King of Dunes, gets a final edition at home in 2019, then global production winds down. It's a respectful bow for a legend. Fans are sentimental, and rightly so. But the world is moving, and the company has to move with it. In Southeast Asia, the rally art name peeks out again. Special editions, heritage stripes, a nod to the faithful. People ask the same question: is there a real performance comeback on the horizon? The honest answer is, maybe, but if it happens, it will probably run on electrons. And then there's China, the largest car market on Earth, shifting to EVs at warp speed. Mitsubishi's joint venture stalls. By 2023, local production is terminated. Later, the engine tie-up ends as well. It's not the twist anyone wanted, but it clarifies the plan. Choose battles. Don't fight every war. So what does the future actually look like? Smaller footprint, sharper aim, plug-in SUVs as the core, alliances to fill the gaps. Outlander, especially the PHEV, becomes the lead actor. Eclipse Cross stays relevant. In Europe, where rules and tastes move fast, new models lean on partner platforms to hit the market on time. It's less about bragging rights and more about survival, and if you do it right, about quiet momentum. If you grew up on rally clips, this version of Mitsubishi can feel restrained, but restraint is the point. After peaks and precipices, the company is learning to build for the long run. The diamonds are still there. They just shine differently. Look at the Arc, a hand-built sedan in 1917, a global push in the 70s, a factory in Illinois that birthed tuner lore, world championships and desert dynasties, scandals that sent the brand to the mat, a rescue in 2016, a comeback powered not by a turbo whistle, but by a charge cable. Will we ever see an Evo moment again? The smart bet is that if we do, it'll be electric, lighter, smarter, with all-wheel control that thinks faster than the driver. Not a resurrection of the past, but a reinterpretation. What made those cars special, translated into a new era? That's Mitsubishi's story, adapt or fade. They adapted, not perfectly, not without cost, but with enough self-awareness to pick a lane and stay in it. In a crowded market, that takes more courage than a donut in a parking lot. If this ride through the peaks and valleys gave you something new to think about, tap subscribe and stick around. There's a lot more to uncover about the car makers we thought we knew.